Now, I don't know about anybody else, but over the past few weeks I've been constantly bombarded on YouTube by adverts for Temu, and I just kept ignoring it right up until I saw a drone advertised as a special offer for £3. Well, actually I think it's £3.05 or something like that. So I went and installed the Temu app, and I bought a few little bits and pieces, probably 20-30 quid's worth, and it arrived from China really quickly. And the drone is actually it's a great little toy. It's got a quite alleged high definition camera on the front. I'm not sure that it is, and but it works absolutely fine. Little slide out battery, we've got a remote controller, and as soon as I got my paws on this, it took me straight back when I had my DJI Mavic Pro some years ago, which probably like many people, it all got sold so we could survive COVID along with a lot of other stuff. And I've got a birthday coming up, and I managed to talk everybody into chipping in for a replacement drone. And having looked at the prices of the Mavics, this is the DJI Mini Pro 3. It's about half the price of a Mavic. There's no way I can justify, that level of money. So there's a few bits that we've got with the birthday cash, and I thought we would have a look. What I was surprised about is how much things have moved along in the last few years. The drone rules have changed. I've just renewed my operator's ID and pilot's ID, and I've joined another place that's given you a section 26 or 16. There's different rules that you can fly to if you're a member of this particular organisation and have agreed to those conditions. And I'm also doing some online training for another certificate. So yeah, things have definitely changed. There is a law now that if you fly an ultralight like this, it's less than 250 grams. So totally different rules and regulations apply to you. So yeah, if you're thinking of getting back into flying again after a bit of a break, have a good old read up on the new laws, regulations, and just make sure you comply with all of them. Loads of help out there. There are some fantastic videos on YouTube covering every aspect of flying drones. I'm not going to cover any of that. Far better YouTubers than me have already done it all for us, but I thought we would have a look if we can get into the damn thing. Oh yeah, there we go. There is another tag. So that opens up. We've got a at the top there. I don't know whether you can see it. No, you can't. I'm gonna have to do this. There we go. So we've got a Scan Me picture for the user manual for DJI Fly app and the video tutorials. The actual drone is just sat on the top. Pull that out. In fact, I might put the camera down actually onto this. There we go. And I've gone for the RC one with the screen remote. So yeah, that is everything there. So the box, ultralight foldable, less than 249 grams, 4K HDR video, 48 megapixel photo, vertical shooting, 12 kilometer full HD video transmission range, 3-direction active obstacle sensing, intelligent features, blah blah blah. So all looks good. Also DJI Care Refresh. About 120 quid I think for this particular drone, and it covers you if you ditch it into a river or if it flies away on its own and is lost. So well worth having that. I think it was 120 quid for 2 years. God, this is absolutely tiny compared with the Mavic that I had. I barely believe that it's a professional level of drone. There we are, absolutely tiny. Oh dear. We've got the cover protecting the lens and the gimbal. We've got the forward sensors. This looks like sensors on the top, sensors on the bottom. Just going to fold those out and okay. There we are. So yeah, there we go. That is absolutely tiny. Charge to activate the intelligent flight battery. So we have what looks like a yes, a USB-C port on the back, and that looks like a micro SD port on the back. And it's interesting interesting that it's completely open to the elements there. I'm surprised to see that. That is the battery that just slides out. You just literally squeeze the buttons either side and that pulls out. Absolutely tiny battery. Let me read that. Lithium-ion polymer rechargeable battery. This is, have we got any? Yeah, 7.38 volts. Capacity 2453 milliamp hours. Yeah, various warnings, etc., etc. So let's have a closer look in there if it will show you. Don't know whether you can see or not. Let me just pop that back in. Yeah, very surprised to see that all open. Maybe there's a silicone piece that is in the accessory box. So yeah, very neat and tidy. Absolutely tiny compared to the last one. Okay, so let's have a look inside this box and see what we've got. Okay, so it looks like we have a set of A, a set of B rotors. We have a screwdriver, and we have a USB to USB, sorry, USB-C to USB cable. So certainly no signs of any protection for that cover, sorry, for those sockets. Then we've got a quick start guide in English, safety guidelines, and the DJI warranty information. So that is all as expected. So it's all very well wrapped and sealed. So that is good. Now on to the remote control. Now for anyone that's used the smart remote before, you'll remember that it's actually quite a bit bigger, I think. Perhaps not quite a lot bigger, but it was, I think it was certainly bigger than this bag. Okay, so there we are. The joysticks are missing and they are stored in the back. We've got 2 buttons on the back labelled C1, C2. I think they're rocker. I'm not sure whether they're rocker switches or not. They're certainly shaped like rockers, but I can't tell if that's the case or not. We've got a heatsink here. Let me see, is that it? No, it's not a heatsink. Well, it kind of is. It's a looks like it's a ventilation port. There's small holes in the grill. I think it's plastic actually, so it's not a heatsink. And then we've got C, N, and S. Quite nice, grippy handles there. That feels very nice to hold. Popping your thumbs into just the right place. You've also got the buttons on the top. Again, I don't think they're rockers. I think they're just, one is for photo, one is to start recording, and then you've got some lights on the, I assume lights there, and lights on the top. Underneath we've got again space for the SD card, and covered this time, which is nice. That's what we want to see. Quite why they couldn't cover the drone bit, I don't know. So under here we've got a USB on the right there, and we've got another one. Jesus, if I can get the bloody thing open. We've got another one inside, and it says host. So yeah, there we go. So that is that. Very nice. So that's what comes as standard. It's around £750. See if we can get this folded away without any damage. Yeah. Now we have got some other accessories that go over this and just hold these blades out of the way. But for the moment, let's just get that box out of the way, and the screen. Pretty much a must-have is this DJI Mini 3 Pro Fly More kit. So you've got a 3-way adapter, charger. It's a sequential, so it'll do one at a time, not all three together. Case, USB lead, and spare blades. So let's pop that open. And that is literally just already in the bag. Obviously a final bag. Here's marked DJI. Little booklet there. And if we have a look, we've literally got a little accessory instruction booklet. Just instructions in there, nothing interesting, but well packed as always with DJI. And then this is the main unit. Battery is all in place and ready to go. So you have on the side here, we have a power button, we have in, we also have out. So I wonder if you can charge up something else externally. Perhaps the remote control can be charged with this. Yeah, it feels quite cheap, but then it is only a charger, as I said, sequential. Does click into place, the batteries, that will fit very well. Yeah, no issues with that. And I was watching a very good video on these lithium polymer batteries, and how so many people are damaging them through poor procedures. And it turns out that when you're not using the batteries, you should stop using them in the drone to around 50%. Apparently that is the optimal charge level to put them away. Don't fully discharge them and don't leave them fully charged up. Apparently that does them absolutely no favours whatsoever. So pretty straightforward. Did I say that came with a cable? Where's the cable then? Oh, are we missing a cable? Yeah. Oh no, there's a zip. So I didn't see it. There's a little zip pouch at the top here, and oh, here we go. There's the rest of it. So we have the cable, and we have two pairs of A and B rotors, or blades, whatever you want to call them, and yeah, that is all good. First thing we're going to have to do is update all of the firmware through the app, register the drone, pair it online. It's got to be paired correctly for the DJI insurance to be valid. The drone sits in there, does it? Let's have a look. Let's get rid of these silica bits. Now, how's that going to go in there? So you've got to be careful with these blades. Yeah, I suppose it goes in there without too many problems. Yeah, all good. Right, so that is that. So I might as well just run through exactly what's what here, which I regard as a sort of minimum setup. Obviously you don't want to fly with one battery that's going to run out after 30 odd minutes. Okay, so we have found a sunshade. It is silicon, and it matches almost the colour of the remote control. I don't know how easy that is to put on. Okay, so there you go. That is not a bad fit. It does come crumpled up in a small bag, so I've left it out unwrapped for a number of days, but that is, not too bad. Everything seems to line up quite nicely. Of course you do lose the very nice rubber grips, but then this is not too bad either. It's ribbed, and yeah, it's quite comfortable. Feels a little slippy. I think there's a release agent on there from the mould, so it'd probably be a good idea just to give this a wash in some soapy water before. In fact, I can smell the release agent on it, so yeah, I'd probably give it a clean. But everything lines up very well, as you can probably see. I'll put all the links to these bits and pieces on the in the description of this video. But yeah, that's absolutely fine. Now, what else did we get? Okay, Okay, that's the fly more box. I can go back up there. Okay, so this is the propeller holder. It's literally a silicon band. There we go. Sky Reet, that's called. And okay, so there's a metal piece there that literally pushes into the other side like that. Don't know why I've got an F and a B. Ah, I see front. I don't know actually. How does that go on? Oh, I see front and back. The other way, the orientation. So, yeah. Yeah, okay, I've got absolutely no idea how that's going on there. We'll probably have to go back to Amazon and have a look at the pictures there. But not to worry, we've got it, that's the main thing. How does that go on there? Yeah, no idea, it makes no sense whatsoever, that one. So yeah, look, it looks well built. Again, silicon, harder silicon here, probably just because of the thickness. The metal clip works just fine. So that more work to be done. Another important thing, it's very easy to overexpose on these cameras. So a neutral density filter kit is probably a good idea, and again there's loads of them out there. This is the one I chose. It is a little kit, that one there, and it is a kit like, actually let me take the plastic off, you can see this probably more easily. So we've got neutral density 64, 8, 128, 16, a polarizing filter, and a neutral density 32. So that is probably going to cover most of the things you'll want to do. They are glass filters and they are in a metal surround. Seem to be about the best buy what I could see at the time. Again, Amazon, so an absolute must-have if you're taking photographs or filming. So yeah, that's that. Next thing we've got is some screen protectors. I don't generally bother with screen protectors, but I thought it would be worth trying them. They're not exactly expensive. This is a is it one, or how many have we got in here? I don't know, let's have a look. Yeah, so it looks like it is 2. Patch installation, a cleaning kit, and 2 of the glass protectors. So that's the one I chose, but there's literally dozens of others. Now there are some recommended memory cards on the DJI website. One of them was the SanDisk Extreme, suitable for 4K UHD. Even got a little drone image up the top there. These are the 512 gigabyte cards. So we've got one for the drone, one for the remote control. So that's that. And what else have we got here? Oh, I think we've just bought this cheap kit. I think I bought it mainly for the harness. Just got a shoulder strap harness. It actually screws into the base of the remote control. We've got again some blade clips. This was separate. We've got some spare joysticks, because you can always guarantee you're going to drop one of these as you screw it into place at some point, and some spare propellers for the Mini 3 Pro, and that is about it, apart from this last item, which is a hard and waterproof case. Now again, there's loads of these available. This seemed to me to be the best option. It certainly had the most ratings on Amazon. There we go. This is a, what do they call that? Start RC. Hard shell case for the Mini 3. Written on there. Which I think I'll pick the camera up for this now. Okay, so looks like we've got some sort of vent there, pressure vent for aircraft use. That's where the drone sits. It looks like a pretty good fit. 3 battery compartments. That pulls out. So does that. Why does that look like it's round the wrong way? Maybe not. Yeah, so that looks pretty reasonable. We have extra cutouts underneath if you want. It's a nice touch. So you could store various bits and pieces in there. You don't have to, but you can. You pop that in there now. I know it's in the case, but yeah, okay. So that's not a bad fit. I suppose it'll shut with the silicone piece on there. Well, actually it will if you force it, but then this is going to be pretty squished by the time you get wherever you're going. So that's got to come out for the battery charger. That looks absolutely fine. It is apparently waterproof. Looking for any sort of seal. Yeah, there is a seal in the lid. So I think that is going to be just fine. There are holes here through the plastic, so you could put some locks, padlocks on there if you are that way inclined. I doubt there's much point in doing that, apart from securing it shut in case these were accidentally released. So yeah, a handy shoulder strap, and that completes what I would say is a nice beginner's setup for your new drone. So I'm not going to film any of the rest of it, you know, firmware. There's, as I say, there's dozens and dozens of excellent videos out there. So we'll just get on and fly it, I think. So yeah, it's just a quick unboxing and a look at some of the accessories and yeah, I'll catch you later.